Others who look like Wolverine. It's quite strange at 11 o'clock in the morning. There's two yellow people, I can see them. There's a Joker, there's a Phantom of the Opera. There's many things to look at. There's flashing lights. There's Sting. Obviously there's orcs nearby because it's went blue. Yep, I've read the books. There's a red thing up there like that. Oh, they think they're at a Barry Manilow concert. That's good enough. There's a guy there that looks like my old drama teacher. I don't think he'd be here. He might be here. I don't know. I'm just letting you know what the audience looks like. He's got a camera with a tripod. He's quite, he's taking it quite seriously. The green hair. I mean, that's unusual. Blue hair. Not as unusual. A duck on a head. Anyone see Space Milkshake? Oh, cool. Nice. But kind of nice, but then later on it will turn into a monster and try to I didn't even know it was on this morning. The things that happen in Auckland that you don't know about. But, did you like it?
Yeah.
It's fun, isn't it? I really like it. I like being in my pants, my underwear, whether it's in a film or not. Even in a hotel room, I like to just roll around in my pants. I think you feel as if you've got a little secret from the world then. I'm going to push it to breathe. We're streaming live on the web, I just didn't know where that was going.
You got a question, please raise your hand high. Will someone on the microphone will find you?
Yes, our minions will leave over to you.
I'll be a standard minion.
Here we go. Ask your question, fella.
How old are you? How old are you?
I'm 45. How old are you?
12.
12's a great age. I like being 12. I climbed a tree when I was 12. I climbed a tree when I was 45 as well. It just seemed a little harder.
I think we have another one going on here. Yes, another question?
Hi, how was it after doing the Lord of the Rings and meeting up with all your co-workers for The Hobbit?
When I see the guys from The Hobbit, it's really nice, It feels like, I just saw Jed Brophy this morning, who's a wonderful actor, and kind of we've known each other. Even before Lord of the Rings, he was doing theatre, and he came to Scotland, and I met him in Scotland when I was doing theatre, and so I've known him for a while, and he's a wonderful actor. But now he was in Lord of the Rings, of course, but he's now in The Hobbit, playing one of the dwarfs, and it's kind of weird. It's like, it's like being at high school. If high school was really fun for you, that's what Lord of the Rings Middle Earth is like for me. And then you leave high school and you do other things, but then you go back to visit it, and then there's other people in high school, and they're having a nice time, but you feel like it's not your time to be at that school. Is that quite a weird thing? There's a silence on it.
I understand.
What do you mean? I'm going to I'll get a diagram. Can I have a blackboard, please? Can I have a blackboard?
No, well, we'll see what we together.
And it's kind of like that. So you feel like, oh wow, I had a great time here, but now there's other people there, and it's their time, Yeah. So you kind of enjoy watching them doing their thing.
It's nice. I like the comparison with high school.
Did you like that?
Fantastic. Yeah, I like high school, but much more interesting.
Well, you can make it college if you wanted.
That's right.
Or a swimming team.
What a swimming team would be with all the armour and everything as well.
It would be a rugby swimming team. It would.
Yes.
I was wondering, how much do you like to see Dom?
Too much, to be honest. Are you dressed as a hobbit thing? I thought so. There you go, Gondorian. You lovely, well done you. No, I see Dom quite a lot. Dom, he's a one-off Dom. I really love spending time with him. Nobody makes me laugh as much as Dom does. He has made me laugh so much that I've had to leave the room because I thought I was going to die. And you don't want somebody to kill you through laughing. I don't know if that's ever happened. You probably try that now. But, so he does this show now called Wild Things. Have you seen it? Right?
Yeah.
It's a brilliant show. Dom's always been into like little beetles and spiders. And if you go to his house, he has spiders and he's got snakes and all that. And sometimes I have to feed them and all that. But anyway, he's always liked all that stuff. So now he does a show where he travels the world trying to find the most poisonous spider or the biggest ant and all these kind of things. So he's been in Brazil. Was that an email or something? So he's just been in Brazil and he's been in Africa, he's coming to Australia and then he's coming to New Zealand. And I'm going to meet up with him in New Zealand in about a month. And we're going to do an episode of Wild Things here in New Zealand.
Excellent. How cool is that? Do you know what animals you're looking for? We don't have the biggest ants or anything here.
Well, you've got the biggest insect in the world, I know that.
Yeah, the wedge.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And I don't know what else we're doing. He said it won't be too scary.
Oh, we got dragons and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to see some wild things. I've seen some wild things in New Zealand already.
Streaming live online. Streaming live. So, who's next? Yes, question down there.
Hi, first thing, for 45 you did damn good.
Thank you very much. I'm so delighted.
With all the fighting that you did in Lord of the Rings, did you ever get injured?
No, I was really lucky. Most people did get injured. You know, Eagle broke his tooth in a fight, and there was all sorts of injuries. I've actually injured myself, I think, just walking in the hills of Auckland. I got up this morning and I've done something that's sore from here to here. What is that? Isn't there a thing that goes?
It's just an Auckland thing, yeah. You walk the volcanoes of Auckland, you bust your neck.
Yeah, I got up this morning and I was like,
No. So it gives you something to remember Auckland by.
I left my leg to there.
Oh, this is not good.
Used to go all the way up there.
I like that. Auckland, we crippled the star.
So I didn't really hurt myself. I broke my pinky.
Broke it totally, really?
I totally broke it, but I did it in my day off. Surfing in Raglan. I was surfing in Raglan and I went to grab my board, and you know the little hole where the leg leash goes in? My pinky went in it and then a wave came, took the board and broke my pinky. So I went to the hospital.
Yes.
This is done into a long story. Went to the hospital and they had to put a splint on it.
Right.
And you had to keep it straight. More than straight, it had to be up like that, right? For like 3 weeks or something.
Yeah.
So I went to Weta and I said, I can't wear this, can I? So they made me a pinky. A pinky splint in the shape and colour of a pinky.
That's amazing. They made you a customised splint.
So if you watch us in Moria, well, I sword fence like an English lord.
Like you're drinking tea.
If you watch Moria, I've always got my hand in my throat. Honestly, watch it. I'm always hiding my hand.
It's going to be hard to look menacing going on. So,
Luckily, the hobbits didn't have to be very menacing.
that's true. That's very true. Yes, that's fantastic. Lovely. We have another question over here. Yes, is round two. Yes, hello, pointing. Yes.
What was it like working with Peter Jackson?
I tell you what, what's your name? Hiya, Charlie. That's a good name. I nearly called my boy Charlie. You're what?
He is too.
Brilliant.
He's the Hobbit. Yeah.
Charlie the Hobbit. Love it. Charlie Baggins. That's a good name. You should call yourself that from now on. Charlie Baggins. What was it like? Peter Jackson is one of the great filmmakers. Not only of our time, but forever. So getting the chance to be an actor, a film actor, and work with the greatest film directors is one of the best things that can happen to you, you know. So yeah, it's just wonderful to be allowed to do that. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie Baggins.
Nice outfit, Charlie. Yeah. Sounds like you have a chocolate factory one day.
There'll be a glass left.
Lovely. Expert question over here. Yes.
Hey, I was wondering, you know, out of the Fellowship of the Ring, where you got hit with the apple, did they have to like do that many times out of curiosity?
Yeah, out of curiosity. And do you know who threw the apple?
Who?
Vigo. It should have been, you know, after Carpet or something. I had this idea.
Yeah.
I said I thought it'd be quite funny if Aragon, we're talking about second breakfast and not being able to get something to eat. I said it'd be quite funny if Aragon just threw an apple as if, you know, we're not going to stop walking, so just keep walking, you know. And Vigo thought that was a great idea. He says, let me do that. And honestly, he must have hit me in the head 20 times.
Question for you.
Yeah, I like this, it's just me and you.
Oh yeah, I was wondering if you could actually do me a favour.
Nah. What does it involve? If it involves dancing, no, it's sort from there to there.
I was actually wondering if you could sing me happy birthday for my birthday today.
What's your name?
Hannah.
Yeah, ready everybody?
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hannah. Happy birthday to you. Hannah too.
Oh, thank you very much. Do you think there's a time I can get a photo of you and you can sign it?
Yeah, but I mean, we're having this weekend together now.
I like the way this list is growing. She's going, actually, that's what I need you to sign.
I'll come and say one more request. I love you forever.
That's a statement, you see.
Oh, come on, I'll kiss you if you want me to.
Let's just leave it at that. So happy birthday. We're getting a photo. We've answered questions.
Yes. Happy birthday, Hannah. They have a lovely one today, by all means.
Have fun, Hannah.
I'm going to use it as a segue.
Can I still get my picture of you?
Oh, there is a
Yeah, you get a picture at some point.
At some point.
David's got something to say, yes?
I've got a segue. I've finally got a chance to do a segue.
Yes.
Lovely voice there, Billy. I understand you might be the lead singer of a band named BK.
Yeah. Has anyone ever heard that band?
Yeah.
Wait, one?
This lady's heard everything, Gary.
I'm liking this lady. She's my favourite.
And your band is B-Cake, is that right?
B-Cake.
B-Cake.
And it's, you probably haven't heard of us because we're very underground. We like to make albums and then not tell anyone. Just be very proud of them.
Yeah.
And then just
And do you play, do you play throughout Scotland? Or elsewhere in the
We
world?
play elsewhere as well. We just came back, well, a few months ago we were in America, which is like the New World. A place called Los Angeles. Wow. And we were over there playing our rock and roll music.
Yes.
It seemed to go quite well.
Is it quite indie? I heard it's a wee bit indie, is that right?
It is a wee bit indie, and it's. We just kind of play the music that we want to play, you know, and we do it through our own label, so no one's telling us what to do, and we record it, we produce it ourselves. We make videos. You can go online to a place called YouTube, and we have videos that we made to our songs.
So there we are. Everyone's going to look up B-Cake now on YouTube.
Yeah.
Go and check it out.
Bcake.com is where we keep all. Where are you going? Oh, she's
moving a road closer. That's awesome.
Okay, closer. I like this. Everybody slowly. Just Anna, you stay where you are.
Just to ask a question, Billy. You live in Glasgow, actually, yes? Is that right? Yeah. I went over, I lived in Scotland for a couple of years myself there. If you formed your band out of local people, is that right? That area there?
Yes.
Or are they from all over the place?
No, they're all from Scotland.
They're all from Scotland, yeah?
Yeah.
So it's indie with a sort of a slice of Celtic, sort of Scottish tinge to it there, or because Franz Ferdinand and all that came from Glasgow and
That's
stuff?
true.
Yeah.
I don't know if we have Celtic music, and you know, sometimes we use violins and stuff, but we don't try and do like a Celtic thing. But the guys who I do the band with, one of them, BJ, I played in the band since I was 14, you know. I've known him my whole life, and the other guys I've known for a long time. I would say check out the music, it's really good.
You got the bad BK. Right, question. Another question. Do we have where our spotters? Yes, here's pointing Damien. Hanging to lady cooking. Oh, an awesome outfit there. Hello. Your name
Thank
is?
you. I'm Sarah.
Hello, Sarah. Go
Hello. You might like to know that you can die of laughter. In the 1970s, a bricklayer in England died of laughter watching an episode of The Goodies, and his widow wrote them a thank you letter.
And so clearly said.
So well delivered.
Yeah. Are you a teacher?
I used to be, yes.
You should have an app. I want to put something in my phone and then you tell me stuff.
Wonderful endorsement. I'll tell people you've said that.
You sound so delightful and purposeful, yet I would never want to mess with you.
It's amazing. I would like you to be my butler.
Call me.
And see, with a voice like that, instantly I want to, yes.
Imagine there is your GPS voice, you would never get lost. You can turn right now. Yes, ma'am.
I think that's what it sounds like. It's because of the GPS control the car. Turn left, right now, last chance. Whoa. So the bricklayer, cool.
Yes, so, just be careful. Not make the limits where Dominic Monaghan is concerned.
Well, the goodies were really funny.
It was the unexploded Scotsman episode.
I thought it would be the Eddie Thump, the black cooking one.
Well, I did have a question when I got up, if I can remember it. I wanted to ask, what was one of the most physically difficult aspects of playing Pittman and why?
For me, we had to wear these hobbit feet. And they go on like shoes, they go on like slippers, but obviously they're long. And then it takes an hour to put them on. And we had to stand on a box that was about this high, so that if you didn't stand up, they'd have air bubbles and all that in it. So you had to stand up for an hour, and if you think, it took us 3 hours all in to get ready. An hour to put feet on, an hour to put hair, makeup, get some breakfast and all that. So if we were to be on set at 7, we were picked up at 4. So you'd be standing on a box at 4:30, getting these feet glued on, and it's cold and kind of painful. And that, for me, the feet started to kind of get a bit old.
Did you have to sleep standing up?
No. And we used to have, we'd take turns on who could put the music on. So I would have on like Mozart or Beethoven, something, or some nice Celtic, something else. And Elijah would always have on like some crazy death metal band at 4:30, you know.
That'd be to wake him up like coffee.
Yeah, that was it. He was always so like, Elijah's amazing, he'll talk to you like this. And then if you go off to do a take, he'll just go. He can switch on and off, you know, so he's always recharging his batteries.
That's a handy thing.
That's a brilliant thing, isn't it? Especially for an actor.
Can I ask the glue? Sorry. But move on the question. The glue
thereabouts, if you don't mind me saying.
Thank you very much. Cheers. The glue around the top of the feet that you put on there, was it the same kind of thing that you might wear, put moustaches on in school productions and things? Remember that glue they used to put moustaches on in productions and things, yeah? Yeah, was it a similar kind of thing?
It probably was. I know that you could spend, and I did do, 3 years picking glue on myself. Whenever I was bored, there was always glue here, or glue there, or glue in your ears. So if you ever went out with the hobbits, they're all sitting like this, having conversations, but they're all just like picking bits of themselves.
You've got another question right here for a gentleman in a hat. Oh,
Billy, huge fan. I raised my hat to you, man. Yeah, I came as a slightly confused middle aged.
I like it, you just came as everything. You just fell into his Middle Earth wardrobe. Remember that?
No, I've sort of, even to say I'm obsessed, but I've been obsessed with the rings and horror movies since 2001. So, as creepy as it might sound, I know a little bit about you. Anyways, cutting a long story short, got a question for you. I've just done my first feature film, low budget feature film. It was
Nice.
awesome. But I wanted to get your advice on what you think is good to be the next step and try and make it big. Now, on a flip side to end it, I love Second Breakfast.
Thank you very much. Well, we all like second breakfast. What was the question? What is the next big thing?
Or how to get to the next big thing. So you've done your film and you want to know what the next thing to do to advance things would be. Like what?
Yeah, I kind of want to, get over to Oz and the States and sort of make it big like yourself. But
Yeah.
I don't know how to go from here.
So, what's your movie about?
3 bogans for gore.
Is it 3 bogans to gore or 3 bogans to gore?
Gore, and the director producer is right here.
Nice.
Do you know bogans?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
But it's on Facebook, a motel in a hard place.
Nice. All right. Well, I would say get people to see it. Write to every festival and get them to show it, and then travel the world, meeting fantastic people. Some of who will give you money to make the next movie. And then you make that one gets a couple of Oscars. That gets you onto the next. Before you know it, you try and work out how high up the Hollywood hills you want your house to be.
And your actors are picking bits of rubber and stuff.
So we're amazing, but here's my cards that I'll be about. And just a little bit of advice as my future client. Don't tell someone that you're obsessed with what Hollywood means.
Really cool. Right, we have a question over here, yes?
Hello.
I was just wondering if you could sing your song from.
I never know how to nicely say no. How did you go about doing that?
How would you go about nicely saying no? I'm not sure.
Well, can anyone do it and sing it?
Yeah, even better.
Anyone here can start singing and I'm
Yeah, no one has ever sang it to me. Does anyone know it? And does anyone? There's someone who knows it.
Lovely, awesome. And confidently so, look at that. Yes.
I have a microphone. Yes.
Come over here, there's nobody else.
Should we bring her up on stage? Let's bring her up on stage.
Oh wow. Okay,
Now, if you do a good job, I'm pretty sure Billy might jump on the joint, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm going to sit down and enjoy it. No.
Just to get the one performance behind
Oh yeah, that's the one. Don't sing the rocket.
Dancing audience.
Yeah.
Just pretend they're all the tiny whiteys.
Is behind and the world ahead, and there are many paths to tread through shadow to the edge of night until the stars are all alight. Mist and shadow, world and
Because I'm using, sorry to put it,
Huge people and tiny people and...
there are days when it's normal and then days when you just think, what am I doing? It must be the weirdest bit, yeah?
Like the New Zealand Army were there for a while. So I have lunch, with 500 guys from the army. And, to watch that, because normally on set, if you're doing a big extra scene, there's people just, walking around and texting and reading books and to get anything done takes forever, The assistant directors are like, we need everybody to go over there, and people just gonna wine and everything. And when it was the army, they would just go, could everybody take one step that way? And they just go, right, okay, now we can shoot. That would normally have taken 8 hours.
Can I just ask quickly, is it true that sort of a processing tent where they fed the army on one side and they came out as orcs, is that right? Probably. Yeah. It seemed to be a kind of a Henry Ford assembly line, where it's sort of like, they've got everything outwards. It's now stabbed someone with that. Wow, is that true? So in answer your strangest moment would have been probably on set somewhere.
Probably at lunch, yeah.
Is that good? Yeah. Excellent, lovely. Right, another question where we go. Yes, pointing down here. Oh, the joker.
Hi, Billy.
Hi.
I was even singing under my breath, you know, we want us,
We can make up on next week.
You sound like your ego are pretty chubby, so could you remember what happened in Sam's wedding?
I'm going to remove my jacket for this. This is a mistake.
Calm, we need calm.
It's getting warm in Auckland. You wear that, okay?
Hannah, stay seated. Hannah, stay seated.
Then what happened was, so Samwise Gamgee was getting married to Rosie Cotton. This is how the story begins. I'm asleep in my trailer because unlike Elijah, I can't go. I've got to get myself all settled, you know, get the lights out. And somebody had said, you've got like 4 hours off before we can shoot anything else. I was like, great. I just got all settled on the couch and everything. Next thing, the door rattles, and it's Vigo, and he's like, look, I was just over at set, and Sean is getting married, and he says, I'm not feeling like it's a wedding. He said, I think we can help by being behind the camera and being like, yay, you know, to help him out and make him feel like, oh, my friends are here, as they should be when you're getting married. And I just woke up and I was like, yeah, okay, and I went over. And we did a couple of takes and we were like, whoa! And it was getting a bit better, you know, Sean was starting to laugh a bit and looked like he's enjoying himself. And then on one of the takes, he gets married, he gives Rosie a kiss, and Vigo grabbed me. In a way that he should never be grabbed. And he kissed me hard in the mouth. In a way he should never be kissed.
But he was the king.
He was the king at this point, so I couldn't say and also, I was like, oh, I was disgusted, and then I was quite enjoying it. And then I was disgusted again, of course. He's smelly, he smells Vigo. But in a strange, manly, musky way.
Where are we going?
So that's as far as and that's the take that they used because Sean was laughing and loving it, and then Vigo, like a shadow, disappeared, leaving me. I think he was wearing lipstick. I remember I had lipstick, and I felt like I'd been kissed by a horse.
Like 2 ships in the night, one that ran away.
Yeah, he was gone. And he never wrote, he never called.
One of the amazing stories of fantastic. Well, good, lovely, excellent. And another question, where are we? Where's David? Yes?
Look right.
Wait, look right. Ah, there we go, yes, I can see the hand. Yes?
Hi.
Wait a minute, there's a lot of hands up. Ah, there you are. You popped up there.
What inspired you to become an actor, and do you have any advice for aspiring actors like myself?
When I was at primary school, do you call it primary school?
Yeah.
When I was at primary school, we did Oliver. You know that musical? And I played the Artful Dodger. Yeah, but somebody saw it. That's right. Strange English teacher, sober name. So, after that, I just kind of fell in love with the idea of doing it, you know. So I started doing like amateur theatre and, you know, and just working away. And from that moment on, I knew it was what I always wanted to do, and I did other things, but I always came back to it. And I would say, as an aspiring actor, I would try to do it as much as possible. So even if it's amateur things you're not getting paid for, I would still get out there and learn the craft and try and work with good people and read the great plays, you know, read why people have written these things, you know.
That's quite important, isn't it? To sort of focus on the good, isn't it? Sort of everything that's good, the positive, there are things I'm really going to say, but you focus on what's good. Can I just ask, is there a role that you've always wanted to play since you were young? Perhaps in sort of a style?
There is, I still want, I've always wanted to play Hamlet. It's a part that I've always kind of really loved. So, hopefully I'll do that sometime.
And this globe thing was really cool as well too.
The globe is beautiful.
How good was it to play right where it all happened?
The globe is amazing. It's kind of like, so if this was a stage, the globe is like balconies like that, but closer, you know. And then here, everyone stands up, as they did back in the day, back in Shakespeare's day. And they used to be called penny stinkers, because it cost a penny to stand up, and they were all stinking.
Like a whole bunch of egos, really.
Yeah, just a lot of egos. And they wouldn't leave. They were watching the play and drinking beer and peeing, just peeing where they were. And shouting and throwing things. And it's just a wonderful theatre, and you can see why Shakespeare wrote the way that he did, because he's talking to people, he's trying to say, look, this is how I'm feeling, have you ever felt this way?
And they don't use microphones, do they? You just have to do it just like, so you would have to project that to the crowd.
Yeah, and it's all about, you know, theatre then is not about the lights going out and you sit there, it's about saying, let's share in this story. Why is this person doing this? It's wonderful.
What an experience, though. Alright, questions, what have we got?
Left-hand side, gentlemen.
Where are we? Sorry,
Stand up.
where are our scouts?
There we go.
There we go. Right,
Stand up.
pointing into the centre.
The lady with the microphone, stand up.
Yes? Somebody just picked up with the mic.
No, she's got it. Hello.
Hello. I was wondering, out of the entire trilogy, what was your favourite scene and your favourite line?
I really liked the song, and thanks for singing that, that was amazing. So I like being able to do that because, you know, Lord of the Rings, the book, has a lot of poetry and a lot of song that you can't put into the film because the film would be 3 days long rather than 4 hours. You know? So it was lovely that they picked that moment to put a song in, so I really loved that. Also loved when Pippin gives his service to the steward of Gondor, you know, because Boromir has died for him, you know. I think that's a lovely moment for Pippin. Favourite line? I really like the forging of the fellowship when Pippin asks, where are we going? I think it's lovely that he's there to support, he wants to be part of this thing because he wants to help his friends, but he doesn't even know where he's going. I think that's really sweet.
Lovely, excellent. And another one down here, yes?
Hi. How many times have you seen The Hobbit and did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times because I went to see it at the premiere in London.
Is it okay at the speaker?
Someone's whispering into the microphone.
So I saw it in London. And then my son really loves it. So then I watched it like 8 times with him. Yeah. He's never seen Lord of the Rings, he just watches The Hobbit. Doesn't even know I'm in it.
It's going to be fun when he realises one day. Okay, another one, yes. At the back there, we've got some more. Where's Damien? Who's got the mic? Look to the right. Look to the right. Yeah, oh, look at this. Is this the Whisperer? I think this is the Whisperer.
There she is.
Hi, I was just wondering, how hot is Orlando Bloom in real life?
I think this was your turn about ego that caused her to ask.
Yeah. Once you start talking about kissing, it always gets round to Orlando Bloom. He is like stupid hot. Like, you know, you stare at him because you think, why is that so beautiful? You know what I mean? Even if you don't find him attractive, you're like, wow, that's a nice shaped face. And his skin's so smooth and all that. And he walks like he's ice skating. When we went down to do Lord of the Rings, they phoned me up and said, okay, this is your flight and all that, and I was going to New Zealand, I'm excited, and I've got Lord of the Rings with me, and they said, you're going to meet someone called Orlando Bloom on the flight. And I thought, that's a made up name, straight away. Nobody's called Orlando Bloom. And they said, he's going to be playing one of the elves. And I thought, oh, great. So I flew from Glasgow to London. And I got to London, I thought, I don't have any New Zealand money. I don't really know where I'm going or anything. I thought, I better get enough money for a coffee and a taxi. New Zealand style, in case there's nobody there to meet me or something.
Right, you know?
Yeah, so I went to the sort of, you know, when you change money. And I saw this guy and I thought, he looks like an elf. tall, and you know, women were just touching him as he walked. And so I went up and I said, are you Armando Bloom? And he's like, oh, you must be Billy. And later on he told me that I looked like a hobbit. Women were just walking away, people were holding their sandwiches tighter. So then we went on the flight together, and we learned that, you know, the one ring to rule them all, one ring to final. We learned that together on the flight, you know, and read the books together. And it was my birthday, so we had a bottle of champagne. And we drank that, we were reading the books and looked.
Where were you going on this plane?
So to New Zealand.
Oh right, okay, so you
to start filming.
Oh right, wow.
So we got to Los Angeles where you have your break.
Right.
And then because of the time difference, it was my birthday again.
Wow. How soon before you got working when you came over here? You didn't arrive hammered.
No,
we
had like, and then when we did go off, obviously they picked us up and all that. I didn't need my New Zealand money, but they handed us the script, because you weren't allowed to see the script. You had to take the job without seeing the script. And they gave us the script in a leather bound.
How cool!
And it had your name on it.
Wow.
It was wonderful.
Personalised script.
And I was still looking at Orlando going, that's so sweet. And it just came off a 50-hour flight. You know what I mean?
It's just perfection.
It was like it just came out of Tony and Guy or something.
Oh, how irritating.
He is really, no, he is
looking that good, yeah.
Incredibly hot. He's like the sun hot. If you ever meet him, you'll see he's hot. Is it page 3 of the sun?
Oh, sounds good. Right, lovely. Another question over here, yes?
Hi, first thing, I just have to say it's really awesome to see you in person.
Thank you very much.
This is kind of a cliche question, but what was your most memorable experience of meeting a fan in New Zealand?
A fan in New Zealand?
People are echoing, aren't they?
Hannah, you know, she's still waving.
Well, on the way to marriage, I don't know how we're going to break it to her.
Always find tattoos kind of, you know, one step too much. Like if you've signed somebody's arm, and then you come back and go, I got a tattoo. You're like, whoa, wait a minute. Yeah.
How many times has that happened?
There's been a few. Somebody has a tattoo of my face, not as Pippin, just my face. That's weird, isn't it?
Straight to you. Yeah.
If there was a tattoo artist good enough, I'd get a tattoo of Orlando's face. But nobody has that skill, and also my skin wouldn't give him, it wouldn't be justice.
You wouldn't do it. Fantastic. Yes, another question? Where are we?
I'm starting to waking up now, it's good.
Where we're looking at the copies. Oh, over here at the back. Over here at the back.
Yeah.
Yes, Dave.
Hello.
The fireworks scene in where you and Mary accidentally let off a great big firework. Is it true that Peter Jackson didn't tell you it was actually going to go boom?
That is absolutely true. and Pete Jackson is a wonderful human being. You know, there's something very kind of childlike in this kind of majestic sort of filmmaker. There's still something that he really enjoys that, and it's lovely to be doing something and to hear him behind the screen kind of giggling. He giggles a lot, you know. And there's something really nice about that, and you want to please him to get that giggle, you know. But on this one, I honestly thought it was just a prop that didn't do anything. I thought we just were doing that, and then they'd say cut, and then we'd set up a special effects shot or something. So we're doing the scene, and the thing went off. Like, it totally went, and I was like, So the scream is absolutely for real. And I'm sure if we could like zone in, you'd be able to hear a Pete Jackson giggle.
Right, yes, another question? Where would it? Yes?
Yeah, here. Right, come back.
In the first movie, Mary and Pippin were all about have a good time, have a fun time, and all that sort of stuff. listening to you now, you sound like the same sort of person in reality. What sort of practical jokes and so forth were done throughout the movie set?
Oh, good question.
It wasn't you. Dom and Vigo had this trailer fight for a while, which was great, where they used to try and destroy each other's trailer more and more. Make the door not work, and then remove a step that turned into like painting it and covering it in toilet paper and all that. I got involved in that, that was quite exciting. But my favourite was me and Dom borrowed Sean Bean's car. He brought his car, say, to Clydesdale or something. We had to drive somewhere else, and he said that he didn't want to drive. So we said, well, we'll drive the car because we want to see some of the land down here. And so we drove his car from one place to another. And in the trunk, we put a fish. And, you know, a couple of weeks later, he's come in like, my car stinks, I don't know what it is. He's like, I can't find what's wrong with this car. He's got people looking at it, you know, mechanics and all that.
Was it under the
smell
carpet?
coming from...
You hit it under the carpet?
Yeah, under like, no, you couldn't see it. So, stinky car was probably my favourite.
Lovely, yes, one question?
Right. Yes, over here.
Yep.
In the back.
Yeah, at the back.
First of all, I have the one ring.
Well, we better destroy that.
I was going to say,
I'll only cause trouble.
it's incredibly dangerous to have it here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my question is, who did you enjoy working with the most, other than Peter Jackson, and why?
I mean, all the cast were amazing. If you think of something that was so big and lasted for so long, it was amazing that there was no prima donnas, there was no, you know, it was all, everybody was trying to make the best film that they could, you know. And in that way it felt very much like an indie film, you know, that we were all pulling together to make this, you know, film. But, you know, I'd need to say Dom just because, you know, he almost killed me like the goodies. But, you know, working with Ian McKellen is an actor's dream. So, you know, there was so many, getting kissed by Vigo is an actor's nightmare. There was so much going on, you know, and it was wonderful, but, you know, I'd have to say meeting with Dom and working with Dom was something very special.
If I could just chip in and ask personally here, having somebody like Dom there who works so well with you on the screen, the partnership going on there, that's got to be exciting. And when you talk about it feeling like an indie film because everything flows so well, I suppose on some films you feel like, well, we're stars, here are the big stars, this is a big director, this is a big film. It looked so effortless and fun, and Peter kept it fun, is that right?
Yeah, we were talking about that today. Peter, obviously, you couldn't make a film like that without having an incredible vision of what you want. So he had the film in his head, I'm absolutely sure. But he would give enough leeway that you could find moments and, you know, it comes in pints and all these kind of things came as you know, he gave that space so it wasn't, he got what he wanted, but he also knew that he would cast the right people for the parts, so he would give you enough space to get
full of ad-libs. And he put you on, he said you shot on a raft and stuff, so you went on before the film, didn't you?
Yeah, yeah.
So you went on together.
So we had like a month of like in canoes. I was never in a canoe in the film, I don't think. It was always a scale double. I don't know why I did a month of canoeing. But I'm really good at canoeing. And horse riding and sword fencing and script work round at Pete's house. And, you know, we had a month, so when we started filming, we all knew each other. And, you know, it wasn't that sort of, oh, it's going to be like that.
Right, another question? Yes, we've got? Daniel, where are we?
Hello.
Oh, down here,
Hi, Dominic.
Hi.
You know how you said that your first year was kind of nightmare? If Orlando had first year mistakes, how would you feel about that?
These are good questions, you've got to admit.
It's mainly kissing questions. As Dom says, I have kissed 6 of the girls yet. I'm not saying who. Orlando might have been in there. No, I haven't really kissed. He did say that once. No, I wouldn't kiss Orlando. It's just too, you know, kissing your big brother or something.
Did you ever wonder why Gandalf didn't just keep the eagles at the start?
Everyone says that.
Couldn't do it because the eagles would have been turned by the ring.
Ooh, listen, we all made the same noise.
Good
Yes, so who's got microphones over
Well, I
here?
think we've got time for one more question because that last one kind of...
Then I'm going to pee, if everybody wants to pee after this.
Okay, one last question, Fraser, who we got?
Hi, I'm actually a pretty big fan of Hobbit and Lord of the Rings, and I'm actually dressed as a hobbit. I've got hobbity feet.
Oh yeah, you look like Rosie Cotton.
Yes.
I have two questions. One is, what is the latest and earliest time you've ever been on set?
Well, I think the earliest we were picked up, it's difficult to say because sometimes you did night shoots. So sometimes we were picked up at night. When does night become day? But a lot of the time we were picked up at 4, you know, to get on set for 7. But then there was times when we'd be picked up at 11 at night so that you were on set for 2. You know, it was just all, it was a 24-hour clock.
My other question is, what is the funniest blooper you've ever been in?
I would say that's subjective. You need to watch the bloopers, and then who's to say what's funny and what's not funny? Is there a blooper reel? Has that ever come out?
There's a small one on YouTube, it's about 2 minutes long.
But no one ever seen the long one? Oh wow.
There is a long one, isn't there?
Yeah, there's
the one shown in an opening or something. Or
yeah, there was like a
recliner.
And then when everyone finished, like your last day of filming, they showed a blooper reel of you. That was brilliant.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Whose was the longest? Blooper reel.
Mine was... Mine was almost certainly the longest. 3.5 days.
So can we take the big cake tour down here, sir?
God, I'd love to bring the boys down here. They would love it. They'd never leave, I know that.
Alright, so let's go, boys. Big cake, come, we're going to go and see Big Cake here.
I think we're on Armageddon.
Yeah, alright.
Play on here, right?
Yeah. How many members?
We can play a very good gig. We go from like 4 base members, but we can play with 12. But 4.
Wow, so you expect you're like Fat Freddy's drop?
Yeah, we have violins and all that comes in sometimes, and then trumpets and all that.
Well, we've got a backup singer if you need one, okay?
Yeah, brilliant.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands